brand isn't converting, it's not because it's simply not pretty enough. It's actually not doing its job psychologically. You see, most brands think they have a design problem when in reality they actually have a strategy problem being disguised as a design problem. You see, if pretty was actually the thing driving sales, then any Canva fluent small business owner would be making millions of dollars by now. But they're not. Because design isn't just decoration, it's decision making. And so when you rely on aesthetics alone, you're actually missing all of the strategy that's needed to make a converting brand. So I'm going to be walking you through how to actually leverage design and psychology to actually make sure your brand converts. A cornerstone to design is actually processing speed. So what we're trying to do is merge thoughtful, customer-led efficiency with aesthetics. And so what happens is when founders or business owners don't have this expertise or knowledge in brand strategy and they choose not to hire someone who does, hello, me, then what's gonna happen is that either you go straight to ChatGPT, trying to piece it together yourself, or worse, you skip it entirely. Going straight to the pretty stuff, something that is a bit more tangible or something that they feel like they can understand more. The problem is that pretty alone does not convert, it does not sell, and it does not scale. And that is why you've gotten into the sticky bit that you are right now. You're trying to scale, but nothing is cohesive, and it's honestly just like, feels like it's being duct taped together because it didn't initially have the brand strategy to start with. You see, when you design with intentionality, you also reduce the cognitive load, not only on yourself, but on your customers as well. You see, your audience isn't just judging your brand aesthetically by itself. They are doing that, don't get me wrong, but subconsciously, what they're also doing is trying to figure out, okay, how much effort is this going to take to actually understand what you've put in front of me? So in design, we call this the cognitive load, and that's that principle of efficiency that I was talking about a second ago. We all know the aesthetics is a great way to be able to present yourself professionally. We want you to be able to look professional so that they trust you, but there is more than just looking good. We also have to make sure what looks good is also able to be processed easily, because if not, you will lose them just as quickly as if you looked like you were still stuck in 2006. So we have to remember that ultimately we're trying to build trust, and we can do that in a lot of different ways, including processing load. It's not exclusive just to the visual. Okay, so think of it this way. We have all been the victim to our computer about to crash in that panic mode because that little Mac spinny ball is going, or the Chrome tabs have all suddenly frozen, and we're thinking, oh my gosh, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, because we're about to lose something really important, something's not about to save. That panic feeling happens in our subconscious when there is too much cognitive load. And we want to avoid that when someone lands on our sales page or they are swiping through the carousel on our Instagram. That cognitive load is something that we want to make sure is easy breezy light. Cover girl. Okay, so clean hierarchy means that they can faster comprehend whatever they're trying to read, listen to, or understand. If they have consistent visuals, they can better flow through everything. And if it has this cohesive brand world, they can emotionally attach themselves quicker, again, trusting you and buying into whatever it is faster. Ultimately, they're going to have less hesitation, they're going to trust you more, and they will buy from you. So we need to make sure that your brand and everything around it is making their brains go, ha, not ha. All right, founders, business owners, I need you to listen up here. Your brand is your strategy. All right, let me say that again. Your brand is your strategy. Your brand and your designs are communicating something. Yes, literally the words on the page or the script in the reel, but more than that, what is it actually trying to say within your brand? Because if you are not communicating that very clearly, that overarching theme and philosophy within your brand, then what is your brand actually saying? It's not actually communicating anything. Your brand is the strategy behind it. And that's what you're trying to actually communicate. Your strategy should always come first, then your designs will follow, and the conversions will ultimately come as well. I know it's really tempting to skip straight to the pretty part, to the design. It's probably easier to comprehend, easier to hire for. Again, it's just something that you can start buying templates for, but you have to remember that those pretty brands, yeah, they might get attraction, they might go viral, but it's the strategic ones that actually get paid. Those are the ones that are actually converting. They are the ones shattering records, leading the pack, and actually the ones out in the industry and in their niche being admired for what they're doing and for what they're actually saying and communicating with their brands. So now you're starting to see those designs and those brands aren't just pretty, they're again communicating the larger philosophy, the larger thing that you actually stand for in your brand. And so we have to think about this as an emotional experience, that they're your audience is essentially onboarding onto every reel, every email, every sales page checkout that they have the pleasure of viewing from you. The larger brand experience that you are crafting is being judged by their subconscious within milliseconds. Every single time they're thinking, is this someone I can relate with? Do I trust them? Are they credible? Is this someplace that I belong? Can I trust them with my money? And ultimately, we want zero hesitation in any of that. We want them to be thinking, yep, yes, check, where can I sign? It's important to remember that cold traffic does not warm up purely from information. They warm up from emotion. And that brand that you're trying to communicate should be full of emotion, and it should be full of really genuine emotion that, again, comes straight from you. So we're realizing that brand isn't just about attraction, it's also about accelerating the trust process. And trust is the bridge between who are you and take my credit card. So I'm not disputing that the visuals aren't important. They're very important. We live in a society that absolutely judges books by their cover. There's a reason that lawyers have to dress a certain way, even to go take the bar exam. One of my really close friends is a lawyer, and she was saying that they were turning people away at the door if they weren't dressed in professional attire. Some dude showed up in shorts and flip-flops, and he was barred from entrance to the bar exam. I know, it's terrible joke, terrible. But there's a reason. If you are wrongfully convicted of something terrible and you're desperate to go home at the end of the day and you're, staring down the barrel of this terrible sentence in prison, you want the lawyer that's gonna walk in there confidently dressed saying, girl, I got you. You're gonna go home today. Not the one still dressed in her Lululemon from her Pilates class that morning. Those are two very different vibes that are gonna fill you either with confidence or dread as you walk into that courtroom. Our brains are constantly assessing, can I trust them? Should I do this? Can I trust them with my money, my time, my credit card? It's the same self-preservation instinct that we look at a dark alley in New York City and think, not today. It's the same thing with your brand. You could be so magnetic on Reels, on your Instagram, be so dialed in and polished, and then they go to check out on a 2006 MySpace ugly ass looking website and they're gonna think, no. Either consciously or subconsciously, they're gonna be wondering, is this safe? Is this person legit? Can I trust them with my money, my time? And that chaos and that outdated feel and that lack of cohesion among all the different parts of your brand is gonna make them stop and think, is this legit? Should I trust them with my credit card? Do I wanna spend my time with this person? Again, it's inserting hesitation when there should be just ease in this process. So no trust means no conversion every single time. So what have we learned? Design is not just decoration, it is a trust accelerator. It is the thing that is propelling people to think, yes, here's my credit card, or, ooh, not today, Satan. It's a tool that can be psychologically leveraged to ensure that your brand is converting, trustworthy, that you're getting partnerships, that you're getting different brand collaboration deals, and that you are just in this place where you can scale with efficiency and ease, and something that is honestly just makes you excited to wake up and work inside of every single day. And ultimately, it's also selling for you. So in my next video, I'm actually gonna pull back the curtain, bring you behind the scenes of a strategic brand refresh my agency and that I personally did that actually led to amazing conversions for our clients. I'm gonna tell you about all the little things that we did, the decisions and the whys that led to ultimately a high converting brand. So if you wanna see strategy turn into actual revenue before your eyes, watch my next video.